What's going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. Hope you guys can hear me okay. We're in the garage today. Wait for some people to get in here. We got a few people in here. What's going on, everybody? Sponsored by Mountain Dew. Just kidding. Talk about some post-CatCon experiences. Tell you guys what I seen, what I felt, what I thought, how it all went down, and what you guys thought too. Do the do. What's up, man? It was nice to chat with you a bit Friday. Catfish Weekly's in here. Let's get some thumbs up, because I got a couple surprises for you. If we can get 50 people in here to watch the stream, I'm going to do a giveaway, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. We got Frank in here, Jim's in here, K&B's in here. Hope Pops is doing a twerk. If we get 50 people in here, 50 thumbs up, I'm going to do a giveaway. So let's see if we can make that challenge, because I didn't get to lose my eyebrows at the conference. Is the audio coming in okay? We doing good? It's going to be a good giveaway. It'll be worth 50 people. It's going to be a new product. Well, I'll give you that hint. A new product. We got 10. We need 40 more. Pardon my camera. I don't want to be too far from it. Skull Island King Kong 2017. That's a cool name. Dustin Alexander, what's up? Eric Deary, how's everything going? Up to 14. All right, we're getting some people in here. Cool. What's up, Pops? Nice to meet you at CatCon this year. It was nice to meet you too, man. I tried to shake hands with everybody that I could. I tried to interact with everybody as I could for as long as I could. I didn't want to just feel like I was brushing anybody off, which it's kind of hard not to do, actually. I understand why people just say hi, shake their hands, and turn away and walk away. There's just too much going on. 16 people in here. We need 34 more people for a giveaway. So let's talk Catfish Conference 2019, guys. So we had, I think it was 1,300 people on the very first day. I don't know what the final result was for attendance. Maybe somebody else can put that in there if they know what it was. It was a higher attendance than it was the last year back at the Crown Plaza. For round 2 at the Crown Plaza, we had more attendance than we did there, so that's good considering there was you had to pay for admission and you had to pay for parking, which I understand some people weren't happy about. But I want to talk about some of those issues that people were complaining about to start, and then we'll get to the good stuff from there on. So let's get the controversial stuff out of the way. Hey Leslie, thanks for coming in here. I sent a few shares out of my own to try to get some big names in here, because I'm going to talk about a few of those guys like Leslie and Troy as we go through this. I don't know how long the stream's going to go. We're just going to chat and see where it takes us. I need to go one of these years. Eric, you will have a wonderful time if you come. Complaining about Steve, I talked to Herbie about it a little bit, so I'm glad you joined in. It's nothing that you guys did that I feel. I don't feel anything that you guys did was at fault. You did your best with a new venue, new rules, and the Expo Center came with its own rules and restrictions, and I think some people just, the best way I could explain it is the last 2 years, Steve Douglas, since he's in here, he sponsored all the admission tickets for the previous year, so nobody had to pay to get in. And being at the Crown Plaza, it was a hotel, nobody had to pay for parking. So that was kind of a shock to some this year that they had to pay for admission and parking. And the previous year, Jeff Jones Marine sponsored all the admission tickets, so nobody had to pay, and anybody who did both those years got refunded on their tickets, which was nice. So that was a plus. It was cool to get in for free and shop around, and it was kind of like a little mini mart. Everybody got to get all their stuff that they wanted to buy without having to pay shipping and check out new products. So that was great. This year you had to pay admission. It was $7, and you had to pay $10 of parking per day, which is something that the expo just had as a rule. You got to pay to get into the expo. And it wasn't just for the Catfish conference. Understand there was like 6 other shows going on. There was a gun show, there was a car show, there was a flea market show. There were other shows going on. So the expo center charges parking. That's how they make their money. So it wasn't just us fishermen having to pay $10. Anybody that was going to any of those shows had to get in there. So with that being a complaint, I think it's just more of we were spoiled the last 2 years and people weren't happy with having to pay to get in. But if you did, you came, you had a great time, and I'm sure everybody found what they were looking for, and it all turned out for the best. So that's one issue out of the way. Me being a vendor and a company there at the Catfish conference, I understand some people were not happy with the fact that they couldn't get, they thought they were getting a table and some chairs with the booth. And that ended up not happening. Some people came prepared and had more than what they needed, like we did. We ordered 2 extra tables just in case we needed it for the floor space, because we didn't really know how we were going to lay out a 10 by 20 booth. We were so used to having a 10 by 10. We didn't really know what to do with double the space. So we got some extra tables to bring, and it ended up working out just fine. We actually didn't even use the whole 10 foot by 20 foot space. We used less of it, and it worked out just fine. So understand, I've been doing some research on these, and I don't know if this is all accurate information, but when you go to certain trade shows, let's take ICAST for example, even outside of the fishing world, E3, gun and knife shows, Cavalcade of Customs, if they were to, say the Duke Energy Center down here in Cincinnati, it's a big, huge venue like the Crown Plaza, you're going to look to pay well over at least $1,000 for a booth space. This year we paid $650 for a booth space for 10 feet by 20 feet, which is as cheap as you could really get. I mean, you're getting a really good deal on that booth space, and you didn't have to pay for electric either. Some venues you have to pay for electric, you have to pay for Wi-Fi, you have to pay sometimes by the hour for some of those resources that you're using too. And if you want to have extra tables and chairs, there's a fee to go with that. There's a fee that goes with having the little partition curtain walls that go around the booths and separate the booths. If you get skirts, that all costs a little bit extra more. So the fact that some people were upset with not getting a table and chair, I could understand that. You were expecting it maybe, and it didn't happen, so it might have threw you for a loop a little bit. But from what I seen at the event, I think everybody had a wonderful time. I think everything worked out great for everybody. Even if they were short that one table or some chairs, it seemed like everybody had plenty of room to do what they needed to do, and nobody was really affected by it that badly. Another thing that we heard some complaints about was getting parking passes for the vendors to come in. I do know, speaking with Harvey, that they did try their best to get everybody as many parking passes as they could pull out. I guess there's a limited supply, and every vendor at least got one. And we had to pay, we had 3 vehicles with us at Whisker Sticks to get in down there. So we had the 1 parking pass for the first day. We had to pay $20 for the 2 other vehicles to get in. But you know what? That's a write-off as a company. You know, you're going down there to advertise. Everything you do down there as an expense is a write-off. So you get that back at the end of the year. It's not that big a deal. And it was only $10. You're down there to make a whole lot of money if you're selling a bunch of product. That $10 really isn't going to hurt you. So I think it's worth the investment, especially if you're a newer company, to get your brand known, to get your name out there, and to just network. The networking alone was more than enough to be worth that $10 in parking. So all these little minute complaints I don't think were a really big deal. I think Steve and his crew, along with Hervé, who partners with them, they did an amazing job of pulling this conference off. Let me get a drink real quick before I get froggy. We're almost up to 30 people in here. If we get up to 50 people, I'm going to do a nice little giveaway for you guys. So we'll pick a name randomly out of here, and somebody's going to win something pretty cool. So, and it was something exclusive to the Catfish conference itself. It was debuted down there. Some people might be able to guess what I'm talking about, but they're going to get some. Leap Naked Mole Rat. Another issue was the Wi-Fi. Some people thought that the Wi-Fi could have been better than what it was. I don't think you guys may understand what it costs to get that Wi-Fi up there. I believe they wanted to charge close to $9,000-$10,000 to have that Wi-Fi. Um, some people were. It's hard to say the word concerned or complained, or because it was more of felt like a nuisance maybe to some. Any of these negative words, it's not the best word to describe it. I was worried about the fact that it had concrete floors and it had like that warehouse feel with the rafters and the high ceilings and stuff, acoustics wise. Like me talking in this garage here with the loudspeakers from the seminars where they had to do the seminars, I thought maybe the sound from the speakers might drown out some of the interaction between the vendors and their customers, and then all the loud talking reciprocate to that would drown out the speakers trying to be loud enough for the seminar. So I thought there was going to be a conflict with acoustics there, and it turned out that that wasn't the case at all. So problem solved on that too. As far as the Wi-Fi goes, I didn't use it. I think it was like $45 to use for the weekend. I think Lyle had an issue where he used it to set up what he paid to have it set up on Cindy's laptop, and then something happened with Cindy's laptop for the Catfish Weekly show where he couldn't use her laptop. So when he tried to use his, he would have had to pay again. And so he just ended up using his hotspot, which he said his hotspot had a better signal and connection speed than the Wi-Fi did. So it is what it is, guys. We learn. It's a new venue, and you move on. You learn from things that happen. You figure out how to try to do them better. Instead of bickering about it, I think we should try to collectively resolve the issues that some people may have noticed and try to eliminate them for next year and make it a better experience overall. And that's how you grow. But let me jump to make sure I didn't miss any of these comments real quick. We're up to 30 people. We get 20 more, we get that giveaway going. I appreciate the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, I hope you consider doing so. I got to complain about the sweet tea, Just Tip says. I hope Steve's in here still watching. I hope he has some positive feedback out of this, because nothing I'm doing is trying to shame or down talk anybody. Steve did a wonderful job. But I hope he gets to hear the input from you guys from a different perspective. Because I know if he was to go live, he would get flooded with hundreds of people saying, "Hey, Steve, come fishing with me." Or he's a celebrity and I'm just a little guy, so maybe he'll get something a little more raw. Next year, put foam on the floor. Some people brought their own foam floors. Cast King did. Catfish Clothing did. And for me talking to them, they said it helped a little bit at first, but it didn't really help too much towards the end. Frank says it was much easier to get around the booth and see the products, so that's a plus. I got to complain about the sweet tea. Leap Dick and Mole Rat. Yes, Chuck, I did see what you said about the little girl. They found her. That's good. Prayers are answered. Amen to that. Who did y'all think was the best speaker or most informative? That's a pretty opinionated question. I'd like to hear how that goes. Did anyone see the products that was supposed to be on display for voting? I didn't really get time to leave my booth, so I can't chime in on that. I don't even know if we ended up getting our stuff entered. Definitely recommend people getting foam flooring for their areas, help cushion your feet and keep the cold off of them. That's a good thought, Leslie. I was ready to do the kids' games, but I think getting the new venue ironed out sidetracked it. Yeah, I could agree with that. Steve did have his casting game there. I'm not sure what he had going on with it, or if I'm not used to my camera being on this side. I'm used to being it over here, so I got to scroll left-handed. I know he had the intention of having that casting game. Maybe he just didn't have enough people to man it or run it, or there just wasn't enough space, or the layout didn't suit how he would have to have it set up. Steve says we learned some stuff too, so that's good. Jim says I had a freaking blast. I was talking to Chris. They put the blue cat in the top angler gear. Didn't see anything or who and what had won. I want to see Dieter do a seminar on camera setup and filming fishing videos. That's a really good concept. Nobody wanted to run it, Steve says. Okay, so I'm starting to catch up on the comments here. Nobody wanted to run it. Okay. Well, hopefully next year we can get some more people to staff on that. Steve, I know Dylan said he was interested in helping you out. I don't know if he ever came over. He hung out in our booth for a little bit. He's a really cool kid, so maybe we can try to incorporate him more than we did next year, because he was really, really eager to help. I have an idea for next year. I will get with you this week. Sweet. See, this is what I'm looking for. Positive output and interaction, because that's how this industry grows, guys. I'm not here doing this to try to promote my channel or to promote my company or anything. It's all to promote you guys and promote other companies, promote the industry as a whole. That was our first year. Thought it was awesome, said KMB. Steve, if I am around and you need something, never hesitate to ask. I could do a few things. Yeah, he's Big Frank. He can do a lot of big things. K-Bug was sad it was over. She loved working with you, Lena and Molly. I'll be on Catfish Weekly doing a recap tomorrow night at 9. Good. I didn't know that. I haven't seen that yet, so I'll be tuning in. What I take from it as my experience on the Catfish Conference was it was awesome, okay? I had a wonderful time. The whole family had a wonderful time. We had a lot of help setting our booth up and getting things ready to go when it needed to be. I was worried that we were going to be down at the last second trying to get things going when I got down there about 11. Lena and Molly got up there a couple hours ahead of me, and a lot of the other guys and some of the guys on our team and their families all pitched in. They had that stuff set up and ready to go before I even got there. Love the random YouTube women that showed up to CatCon with their YouTube channel. CatCon is growing. I think you're talking about CS Fishing. Yeah, Steve posted a video about them. I didn't even know that they was doing some filming around my booth and talked about my stuff a little bit, so that was really cool. I say if they have negative comment, it should stay to themselves. We don't need negativity. Catfish Conference, I feel, was great and successful. Love meeting all the new people. Dustin says I spent about $1,600. Art, construction, sales, auto repair, fishing. I'm an educated redneck. He's also very good at, Frank's also very talented when it comes to dealing with things professionally too. So he's got a lot of insight and a lot of good character. And you guys might not know this about Frank, but he's got well over 15, 20 years in this industry. So he knows a lot of people, and you wouldn't know it by looking at him, but there was a lot of guys coming up to him that I didn't even know, and they were just saying, hey, Frank, long time no see. And he just acted like it was no big deal. So if you guys need some insight, check Frank out if you're ever looking for some advice. We got 31 people in here, guys. We really need to hit that 50. I want to see you get 50 viewers and 50 thumbs up. If we can hit that, then we're going to do some giveaways too. So I want to know what your guys' favorite aspect of the conference was. I thought that the layout for the conference was really good, how they had it laid out. There was lots of room for traffic, and you wouldn't think of it by the amount of concentration of people in the aisles. I mean, it was 3 times bigger. It was 77,000 square feet. And I thought we had less attendance than we did previous year just because of how empty it looked. But there was a lot more people there than there was last year. And it turned out great. People had room to move around. Just a Tip says I liked how open it was. Oh no, I'll have everybody twisted sideways. I thought it was really cool. There was some stuff there for the kids this year. Steve tried his best to get that kids game off the ground. Catch the Fever had that fishing simulation game that kids were able to play. I have advice: don't go fishing with Tim at 1 a.m. in the morning in a park that closes at 11 and get woke up by the cops. Okay, I didn't know it closed at 11. It said 24-hour parking on Google Maps. We tried to get out and fish for a little bit Friday night. Didn't get no bites, but Dustin followed us because he was bunking up with me in the hotel room, my hotel room, and 2 of the cops showed up, and they didn't give us no trouble. They just seen what we was up to and informed us that should be closed at 11 and we're not supposed to be parking there. But they actually gave us an escort onto the bridge and did a UE and showed us how to get back home. So thanks to those officers who took that time out of their day. But yeah, it wasn't worth it. It was a goose chase for nothing. I thought where was I going with that? The kids stuff. They had the fishing simulator there. I believe Mud Bums had a nice little game too. I didn't get to see it up close, but I think they had like a little shooting range type game, shooting little mock-ups of Osama bin Laden. If I got that right, yes, I seen it from a distance. It looked like you were shooting at Osama. Hey, at least we got police escort to the bridge. Yep. We had a little kids raffle going on in our booth. Rachel Ishcomer, little Rachel, she actually won for the girls fishing gear. I don't remember the name of the little boy that won the boys version. And then Mark McCurm's wife over there at Bluff City Outdoors actually won the raffle for the trolling motor. And then I'm pretty sure she gave it away. So there was lots of positives going on. I loved how there was a lot of boats there. There was more boats, like PGH saying, Maddie, he's saying there's more boats there. Lauren says Kyle loves seeing the Catfish pontoon boat. I'm really fond of that Angler Quest. We got a police raid at the hotel. Yeah, you'll see that if you stay at the roadway. And there was a room that was it was probably like 5-6 rooms down, wasn't it, Frank? And somebody was just reefing it up. And come to find out when the police showed up, there was like 15 people in that place reefing it up, and they ended up getting out of there. Guns and everything, they said. He wants that boat in his dreams. So and we had the kids raffle going on. We sold some kids shirts. We had the kids bobbers down there. So we were trying to be kid oriented this year. We had a lot going on with them, and we actually incorporated some of our pro staffs and sponsor anglers teams families they offered their services to help us with the booth, and we had lots of kids running around promoting everything for everybody. So we had Catfish Bill's son and daughter, Christian and Peyton. Peyton was running around handing out flyers and business cards and trying to get people to come check stuff out. And Christian was handling the ticket sales for admission. And Jim Catman Clark there, his daughter K-Bug, she was in the booth helping out, making sales and telling people about our products. So we had all kinds of stuff going on in our booth with kids. Chris Flores, he had Issa and Alex in there helping him out. Peter Dries had his daughter, was the other girl Andy's daughter? If Peter's in here, I can't remember. But they had some young ones in there helping them too. Paul Bird, what's going on? I've never heard of a raid at a hotel for smoking pot. First time for everything, I guess. Chris is somewhere in Missouri. Maybe somebody can find him. That Hughes Craft was sweet. What was your guys' favorite thing about the Catfish Conference? I like that it was 3 days. Hey, my boss is in here, Josh Ashcraft. Coming back to work tomorrow? Yes, I am. I'll be there sharp 3:30 on time. If you notice, Josh, didn't lose my eyebrows. So we didn't sell out, but we did pretty good. Chris Flores was Twerking Monkey's favorite thing. The deals and the people. My favorite thing about this Catfish Conference any year that I've been to, this is my 3rd year going. I didn't get to go to the first one. But my favorite thing about it is the people and the community that is involved in it. There were so many new companies there this year. There were so many new brands there this year. There were so many new products. And there were revisions of older products. There were different versions of the same products in some cases. Different booths all carried the same products. We had quite a few of our dealers down there carrying whisker sticks. So God forbid if one of us sold out, the other one would have been able to still supply customers to be able to buy the product that they were looking for. So if Tackle Bandit ran out, they could come get some from us. Or if Leadheads is down there, they had some down there at the River Rider booth. They had some. If they ran out, they could come get some from us. Or if we ran out of a color, we could send them down to Tackle Bandit, and they could go get the color they wanted there. So that was pretty cool. And a lot of other companies had the same things too. A lot of the terminal tackle, you could find it in multiple booths. Dale's Tackle even had whisker sticks. So there was lots of different places to get the same thing. You didn't have to worry about zigzagging from one end of the venue to the other. A lot of people, it was routed really, really nicely as far as the shopping goes. But for the people itself, just being able to shake everybody's hand as they would come through, there was just the ability to have the YouTuber booth over there where Dieter pretty much took ownership of it. He did a lot of good stuff over there with Luke Nichols and some of the other guys. Tip: I volunteered to draw Tim's eyebrows back on if he sold out. I think he purposely hid product back so he wouldn't have to. I wasn't looking forward to the pain, but I was happy to do it. I loved all the companies that came together as one to make catfishing even better than it has been in the past. J&J Fishing Anglers is in here. What's going on, guys? I don't know which one that is, if it's John, Jeff, or Justin, but I hope Jeff's daughter's okay. Jeff's daughter supposedly had to get rushed to the hospital. I'm not sure why. I hope everything's all right. So say a little prayer for her. We're at 32 people, guys. 18 more people, and we do a giveaway for a brand new product that was debuted and released at the Catfish conference. So maybe that'll give you a few guesses. Wish they had banners in the YouTube booth. I believe it would have drawn more people in. Yeah, that could be. I could see how you say that. I mean, it's just a big open space. Maybe not everybody knew what was going on unless they knew about the floor plan beforehand. So maybe just something that says YouTube booth or something like that. Maybe just something to invite people in. I think that would have been a little more beneficial. I thought a television crew was doing something in CatCon. Then I saw Dieter, huge camera that he had going. Yeah, Dieter does stuff for NASCAR, so he's got some really, really high-end gear. And they did have some production crew there. There was a guy that we seen, he had the whole backpack thing on, looked like something out of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, like some biomechanical spine with arms coming out, and it held the gimbal that held that big, huge red camera. So he was walking around like this to get really nice quality footage. Did I miss something about this little girl? There was a little girl around here in Kentucky, Tip, that ended up missing. She was 13. She was missing for a while, and I think as of yesterday or day before, she was found. High hopes for Jeff's daughter. We missed our photo shoot for your pro team. It's all right, man. We'll see you next time, Rob. Blues Hunter 1, that's Robert Tallman. He was in the Cast King booth helping them out all weekend. He's also one of our pro staff team that just hopped on, along with Jim Catman and John Buzak, Hook Catfishing. So be looking out for some more stuff from those guys. The community itself, guys, it was awesome. Being able to just interact and talk with all of you, everybody who came past my booth, it was so humbling to not just have you guys come talk to me, but you were talking to Lena, you guys were asking about Molly, you guys were checking out the other team members that were there helping us out, and we couldn't have done any of that without any of them. So the most credit goes to Lena and Molly for this, for getting everything down there and getting the inventory built up to where we could make that happen and put on that kind of show for you guys. And everybody that came in to help, all the J&J fishing crew, Catfish Bill, a lot of Fishing TV, Everett Mathis, Frank Neely, Jim and his daughter K-Bug, Bill's son and daughter Peyton and Christian, his wife was even there taking pictures and stuff. Wilma came down the second day to help take photos. Dustin even poked his head in there, here or there. So K&B was there. Everybody in the Reaper crew, Justin's Fishing Fetish, all those guys. I know I'm missing some channels, but everybody from all the members of the Reaper crew, every now and then would poke their head in and come help move things around. They all pitched in. We had 20 people or so helping break everything down and pack it up to go home. So we had tons and tons of help, and I want to thank all those guys very, very much for what they did. and you guys need to go check them out and support them too. And hopefully next year we'll be able to have a nice thank you present for you guys. I'm not sure pepper species yet. Depends on what you got. Is there anything that anybody did not like about the Catfish Conference? I don't really see any negatives to it. Like I said in the beginning, there were some complaints that some voiced, whether it was mumbled or public. I think all those were just minor setbacks that could not necessarily be easily avoided. I think what some people have to understand is Steve and his guys were trying their very best to keep the cost down for the vendors as much as humanly possible. If they would have had curtain walls or padded carpeting, or if they would have put it in a totally different building, there's no way you would have got $650 for a 10 by 20, let alone a 10 by 10. You would have probably looked at well over $1,000 for a 10 by 10. So they did awesome at keeping that down. The parking and the admission is something that can't be avoided no matter almost what venue you go to, unless it's a hotel conference room like it's been at the Crowne Plaza. If you go to any major venue, some big trade shows can get up to 5 figures for a 10 by 10. If I'm not mistaken, somebody may correct me if I'm wrong. I think ICAST is somewhere around the $5,000 mark. I don't know if that's old data or not. It may even change every year. But some of the bigger venues like E3, that kind of convention, you can get up in the 6 figures even for shows. Fashion shows, stuff like that, stuff with lots of celebrities and big names, big famous people. You get big money. And that'll probably never happen with catfishing for what we do. So I think they did that in spades for taking care of what we needed. The way the Wi-Fi worked out, it's not something that can really be handled any better than what they tried. I think they wanted like $9,000 or $10,000 for that Wi-Fi access to make that happen. So I don't know what they ended up having to pay for it, but they did pull through and have it available for people. And maybe next year they might come out with something along the lines of a tiered pricing system where you can get a base booth with no electric or no Wi-Fi access or no tables or nothing. You just get the space, the square footage, and that'll be a real cheap price. And maybe you can add different options like electric and Wi-Fi, or however many tables and X amount of chairs, or even curtains or tripods for a banner. All those little accessories cost money. So maybe they might come out with a different pricing structure for next year. I'm not sure. I'm getting blurry. Come on, guys. I want to see that 50 viewers. If we get up to 50 viewers, we're going to do that giveaway. We got 18 thumbs up. And I really want to see what you guys think about all this stuff, because I'm trying to take my own data too. I want to know what you guys are looking for when it comes to the next Catfish Conference, what you guys expect to see, whatever you liked or didn't like, and let's have a nice discussion about it. The hamburgers, every else I didn't mind. I loved just seeing all my friends. And yes, venues are expensive. CatCon was responsible. Yes, I agree, Leslie. For those of you who didn't know, with Leslie and Troy at Heroes Outdoor Therapy, Troy had a surprise birthday party that weekend. And Mr. Dustin Fall went around and took up donations for birthday presents for Troy. And he got lots of goodies down there. So he got to get one of the very first catch-its. He got, well, yeah, the first public catch-it. One of our display models, we donated that, and Dustin went and got a Stampede Monster Rod holder to go with it so he could use a catch-it. And I'm not sure of everything else he got, but I'm sure he got all kinds of stuff. So happy late birthday to Troy. Tip, all you had to do was speak, and he would have made it a point to speak to you. He's a really, really great guy. Yes, Steve is an awesome guy. I'll remember that for next year. Chris lost service. Steve works for a living. Heck nah, he's not rich. I bet I know what the giveaway would be. Ooh. I think Dustin thinks he knows. Maybe he don't. Get rich from catfishing? Doubt it. You know how you become a millionaire in the catfishing business? You start out as a billionaire. Because you waste a lot of money on tackle and gear. We're known to spend money, ain't we? Those catfish sandwiches were awesome. I think the catfish cook-off went off without a hitch. Troy even got a new big cat fever rod, the Striper Stealth. Cool. Yeah, that catfish cook-off was awesome. I could smell it from my booth. Seemed like everybody had a real good time. Leslie was a judge. Lyle was a judge. Luke Nichols was a judge. I'm not sure who all the other judges were. I think Fat Boy Dan was. Um, Everybody seemed to have a real good time with that. I hope it gets bigger and better next year. And ironically, from what I remember, wasn't it the person that was the last minute entry, the team that entered in at the last second and wanted to give it a shot? Weren't they the ones that won? Yes, thank you. He loved his gift. He's snoring right now. Plus, we have our first monster rod holder. There you go. The French fries suck. Catfish Dave had some complaints about the venue. If anybody's seen that video with Dieter, he said the venue was big. The bathrooms weren't the best, and the food was expensive. What do you expect from a convention? To each his own. I give it another 10 years, it will grow, and so will the opportunities. I agree. I think the catfish cook-off was great, but was a little long. Well, some people take their time cooking. You can't rush perfection. A portable fish pond for the kids with small catfish to catch. They have them at venues here in Texas. Dustin, I'm sure if you got a hold of Steve Douglas and showed him some information on that, I'm sure he would entertain the thought and definitely look into it. I tried to get a dunk tank going. I wanted to get a duck tank. I would have been more than happy to put the money down for the duck tank, but I think there was liabilities involved with electric being on the floor and stuff like that. If water got over into one of those electrical things, I'm sure that would have been a problem. So no dunk tank this year, but I'm not going to stop trying for it. I think that'd be a cool idea. Say we get $1 a ball or $2 a ball. People get to pay to throw balls and dunk their favorite famous fishermen into the dunk tank, and all those proceeds could go to veterans or something, or a children's organization. That'd be a good fundraiser. Dave always has complaints. Our brother Derek Ellis won. Congratulations. Cardinal was on point. The Cardinal had great food. Dunk tank. Kyle's doing that this weekend at Bass Pro. They are doing a kids fishing catch and release thing with catfish at his store. That's awesome. Bathroom, it was almost elbow to elbow standing at the urinals. Yeah, it's kind of like being at a theme park. You go to Kings Island or Disney World, you're going to be waiting in line to use the bathroom, especially with all the water you're drinking to stay hydrated while you're walking around. Or Mountain Dew seems to be even worse about that. You end up having to pee a lot. Cardinal was outstanding. Catfish Dave complains about everything, especially the HOT women that work third shifts at the Waffle House. Would have made great for breakdancing show, mixing water and electricity. Yeah, that would have been a disaster. We could have put Leslie in the dunk tank, but I'd be broke buying balls. If I was rich, I would be sitting on a beach, not organizing a catfish conference. Amen to that, Steve. I keep forgetting this is over here. Byron's in the house. Set the hook catfishing. The bathrooms were good. The food was good. I mean, we lived in an era where 1,000 don't go far, so no complaints here. I appreciate all the feedback, guys. I hope we get to that 50 so we can do a giveaway. It's a brand new product that was debuted at the Catfish Conference. And I'd like to give the opportunity for one of you guys to get something of it for free. So we need 50 people. We got 22 thumbs up. If we get to 50 thumbs up, we'll do it. Love the HOT booth. With me being a veteran, wish the catfish community could do more for the veterans. There were a lot of veterans organizations down there. Most people in the East Coast are sleeping. Yeah, it's getting a little late, but catfish don't have curfews. So that's why I do this. I like to get all the nocturnal people on because we always have a different input. We're a little strange. Chick Fight was down there. If you guys didn't check out Chick Fight, you need to. They had an awesome raffle going on. I got to go down there and visit with Melinda. I didn't get to see Ann, but I got to sit and chat with Melinda for a while. We donated we gave our product donation to her while we were down there, and tell that to the snoring Troy next to me. Yeah, we gave our donation to him down there. Got to chat with her for a while. She showed me the trophies that Dustin made and tiara that they had. It's kind of ironic looking back. Catfish or Chick Fight had like a tiara crown for the winning team, and King of the James with Matt Miles that was down there. Dustin made crowns for them, and I actually got to wear one on my head. Went and took a photo with Matt Miles after I gave him his product donation from us for the tournament for King of the James, and he was holding the lights, and he had me put the crown trophy on my head to see how it would look, and we took a photo with it. So I think I was one of the first people outside of the tournament organization that probably got to put that thing on their head, so that was pretty cool. The only time nocturnal was during flathead season. Oh, I'm nocturnal year round. Catnappers is raffling a hat off signed by no other than Steve Douglas and other great people. All proceeds go to Hero Outdoor Therapy. Sweet. Wish I could put up a pic of Byron sleeping on Saturday afternoon at the booth. It was good seeing you guys down there. I enjoyed seeing as many people as I was able to see. I got to try to get a walk around a little bit. I tried to do a live stream, and about halfway through the venue, the signal crapped out on, I was using Lena's iPhone because my phone was at the booth for a hotspot for our checkout reasons, but I got to get a good walkthrough of it and show people most of it. And it would have crapped out early anyway because her battery was dying. But I did learn how to use my gimbal, so that was a plus. It was nice to see that River Rotter was able to come in there at the last minute. I didn't think he was going to be able to come to be a vendor, and he showed up. And from what I understand, he was very, very, very popular down there with his rod holder products for bank fishermen, and he sold a ton of them. Definitely sold more than we did for Catch It, so kudos and points to him. He had lots of different versions down there. We spent 6 hours goofing off at the lake today. Didn't even make it out of Kentucky for over 9 hours. Okay, I'm missing something here. Wish I could put up a pic. Alright, yeah, I seen that. Okay, I'm caught up. Lauren, there are volunteers with boats. Check out the Chick Fight page and post that you are looking for a partner or a boat. Yep. Lauren, you can definitely still get in on a Chick Fight tournament if you want to enter. Iron fish for 2 days with Catman got skunked. I think I'm cursed. Oh man, guys, we're getting so close to that 50. If it's 50 viewers or 50 thumbs up, as long as I see 50 on my screen, we're giving something away. We'll tone it down to 40. If we get to 40, I know it's late. I'll knock 10 of it off. The people, I think, was probably the biggest reason to be down there. It's like a family reunion every year. You get to see old friends. You get to meet new friends. And from a business standpoint, it's great for networking. It's great for getting new contacts, new leads, new partnerships. We picked up 3 dealers while we were down there. We're working with them this week. We talked to most of them today. We also picked up a couple leads for potential partnerships with some other major companies down there, where we're going to try to do some combos with some lights and other things that they have in their business. So look out for that in the future too. You're dying to give away something, Tim. Yes, I am. Rod is a good guy and makes a heck of an awesome product. Rod's a veteran too. River Rotters is veteran owned, veteran made. River Rotter rod holders. Make sure you check them out. If you don't know where they're at, go to riverrotter.com. It was like a high school reunion. Had a blast seeing the people. I agree. I was so eager to see what all the new products were going to be down there. I was so eager to check out all the new companies, all the new boats, even the older companies who were coming out with newer things. Like we had to Catch It. Steve Douglas had the new metallic monster rod holders, the black, red, and blue tips. And I even bought some of those blue tips prior to the conference to display in my booth so people could have one extra spot to see those new metallic rod holders being used. So they was a cool thing. I'm glad I got them. I'm going to be using them a lot. The blue cat rod from Muddy River Catfishing is sweet. Yeah, the blue cat rod got debuted down there. Tangling with Catfish had that high vis green rod that came out, and I think they were sold out right away, weren't they? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Those things sold out as soon as it opened up. Like 8 minutes or something like that. People flooded to it. Loved seeing you again, Justin. It was heartbroken when we parted. I agree. I didn't want to go home. I had a great time. I wish it could last forever. But I needed to get back to my kids. I love my Catfish family. You guys are awesome. Well, thank you, Chris. We love you too. I do want to say there was a record broken down there at the Catfish Conference, and I know he's in here right now. Mr. Byron Lucero, Set the Hook Catfishing, set the record for the biggest, the largest purchase and transaction that Whisker Sticks has ever had in Catfish Conference history. And Hooksetter themselves even made a purchase while they were there the following day, and it wasn't as big as Byron's. Byron bought, I believe, what did you get, Byron? You got 5 cat bobbers, 5 of the Whisker Sticks edition Muddy River cat bobbers, and 100 Whisker Sticks. He spent around $600. Byron was big ballin', so he's got that record, and I don't think anybody's probably going to top that for a very long time. Chris Flores came in and bought some lights of us too, so we appreciate that. I didn't get over there and actually get a blue cat rod, but I'd like to get one from you at some point. Jerry Klein, the owner of Tangle with Catfish, he came over and pre-ordered 2 neon green Catchits, and those are getting ready to go out to him tomorrow. Speaking of the Catchits, if you guys didn't get the announcement, we got the paint in yesterday. The first run of them did go into paint today, and they're going to be curing over the next 24 hours. Well, probably like 12 hours now. It's been about halfway. And they're going to be getting packaged up tomorrow and shipped out hopefully the next day. So you guys will probably have them by the weekend. So for those of you that did pre-order, either at the conference or online before the conference, you guys are going to be the first ones to get those Catchits along with our pro staff. So Catchits are hot off the press and ready to be in full production. So if you guys were interested in one and you got to get your hands on them to play with them down at the conference, they are in full production now. 6 minutes, the Tangling with Catfish sold out, but I got 2 of them. 6 minutes, that's crazy. We did sell out of our Whisker Sticks edition bobbers, but I think that was the second day. Either at the end of the second day or the beginning of the third day we sold those. Chris, you still on the road? I don't think Chris made it home yet. I think he's been stopping fishing too many times. You see, he's like me. He'll see a lake and he'll go, oh, well, don't mind if I do. I'll be making some dragon weights this week. Bought the DIY sets from Chris, the Timber Kings. We just hit Arkansas. Yep, they're still on the road. If you're in Arkansas, you're near Robert Tallman. Maybe you can stop and take a day and go fish at Robert Tallman. I'll be counting down the days, Justin. Yeah, we've only got 362 days left till the next Catfish Conference. I bought 2 of the large bobbers the first day. Hope you enjoy them, trophy trash fishing. We tried to make them nice product for you guys. What else was I going to announce while I was on here, since we had to catch it? My mind's going all over the place, guys. We came out with 2 new versions of the Whisker Sticks, not like models, but bulk packs. We got 2 new product lines for the Whisker Sticks. We got a mega pack, which is 1 10-pack of each of every color light that we have. We have 10 lights, 10 different colors. So you're going to get 1 of each of those colors for $47.99. And we have a junior mega pack, which is a 5-pack, and you're going to get one of each of these colors. You're going to get red, blue, green, white, and pink. So you're going to get one of each of those in a 5-pack for $22.49, I believe. So we got that coming out. It's already live on the website. If you guys are interested in something like that for a sampler pack, that's on there. Catches are on there. We also added the snapback hats that you guys seen down there at the conference. They're on the website now too, which are $14.99. And I don't have any of them on me. They're over at Lena's. It's a white front with a gray mesh, and then we have a gray mesh like this, or a gray front with a light blue mesh in the back, and it's got the whisker sticks embroidered on it there. So we got snapback hats. I did kick the crap out of my Reese hitch on the way home. I'm glad to see Steve Douglas is now making rod holders with left-handed threads. All right, I just lost my spot. Probably going to be placing an order for 12 of them. Yeah, he's got left-handed threads now, guys. He does right-handed and left-handed. Let me know how you like them, Jim. I wasn't able to get everything I wanted, but I did get some awesome lights from you, Tim. And I got the beautiful blue cat rods from Chris. I will, Chris. I'll be doing a video on them. Did anybody see anything at the conference that they maybe didn't understand what was going on? Like, say, the YouTube booth where Dieter was sitting there with all his production equipment and like, wonder what's going on over there? What's that all about? Or maybe you didn't understand what was going on in a certain booth. Didn't know who the company was. Maybe somebody new that you didn't recognize. It made me hurt watching Catman hit his leg on that hitch. Oh man, I don't know what's worse, hitting something on a trailer hitch or slamming your funny bone on your elbow. They're about two and the same. You can only sum it up in one word: pain. Is there anything that you guys didn't quite understand what was going on while you were down at the conference? Like, why does Tim keep pointing up at the tip of his rod? Or, I don't know. Why is John Liberty twiddling a demon dragon in his thumbs? Can't wait for some of you guys to do a review on the Blue Cat rods. It's going to be 10 days before I get off to try mine out. The YouTube booth at first, didn't know what it was. I honestly didn't either. I knew that was supposed to be the YouTube booth, but when I didn't see any decor or any labeling or anything, I just seen it was empty. I thought maybe it got canceled or nobody was taking an interest in it, so they maybe, I guess, didn't see the need to try to decorate it out. But once I seen Dieter going up there and taking residency, I figured out what was going on. Catman has hit his funny bone hit 2 yesterday. The funny bone hurt worse. We have two kinds of YouTubers: production guys like Luke and Dieter, and then you have highly mobile, meet and talk to everybody type like me. I gotta keep it real. I think they needed a sign directing people to the venue. Yeah, I could see that, Troy. For some reason, folks didn't utilize the YouTube booth. Plus, I forgot the banner. Man, don't you hate when that happens? We forgot some things, too, coming down there. It was just too late to turn back around and go home and get it. I mean, it was only a 2-hour drive, but I wasn't wasting it. And, yeah, if you just look and you see that it's an open space and you're like, oh, I thought this was the YouTube booth. I guess not, so maybe we shouldn't. So... I guess it's kind of a catch-22. But once people seen that guys were in there, if you notice towards the end of the weekend, people were flooding around there and utilizing it. PGH was in there. Luke Nichols was in there. He did a good skit with, what was it? Catfishing anglers react to carp gear. I think that's what he was doing. I will make it better next year. Steve, I'm sure with no doubt that you will. You always do a great job to the best of your ability. And, you know, sometimes he's only human, guys. Steve's only human. He makes mistakes just like you and I do. He puts his pants on one leg at a time like we do. And I think some people either give him not enough credit for the effort that he puts in, and some people think that he's more than what he really is, which is just a man. So he's either underrated by some or overrated to where it's almost demeaning in some regards, because you can only do so much as one person. And if you don't have the support from everybody that you need, sometimes things just can't happen. So I personally think Steve did his best, and I think he tried his hardest to make it be the best thing it could be this year for everybody. And with being 3 times the floor space, and for all I know, 3 times the cost, uh, I think they pulled it off without a hitch, guys. The only thing that let's see, what would I think could be changed if Tim was to run Catfish Conference? Gotta have more vendors. You can never have too many vendors, and it's hard to acquire some of those. I thought the layout was great. The only downside with being at that pavilion, I think, was the way and it's not the pavilion building at all. It's the way to get to the pavilion. It confused me at first, but once I knew how to get back there, I was fine. You ended up having to go straight all the way up to the Freedom Hall, and then go back a little bit and go around. So it's kind of tucked back in the corner. But then if you went around down Phillips Lane and didn't go through the main entrance, and you came up gate 3, it was right there. My hat's off to Steve the man. Miss Leslie's. Got a little to no sleep, was in pain but never complained, and still kept busy and helped during the conference. Yes, he did. We got compared to the Guggen squad of catfishing. Troy Thomas says, my first one. My wife even came back on Sunday with me. You always forget something no matter how well you plan. Fishing at 1 a.m. in February during high water is a bad idea. I agree, Frank. Probably not going to do that again. Hopefully next year we get to have an official bank fishing meet and greet. This is the second year I tried to put it on. Technically a third. First year we did it, it was just me and my brother at the meet and greet. Second year, the Ohio River was up 70 feet. And this year it was up about 10, 15 feet, but it wouldn't stop raining. The Owensboro Convention Center is almost as big and right on the river, free parking. And I'm sure they're looking in other places and other venues if they don't have a repeat for next year. The problem with jumping to a new venue every year is every year you're going to have a new layout, you're going to have new sets of resources, you're going to have new attendance, you're going to have new rules to follow, new fees, and there's always going to be that one thing that throws everybody off. They don't have a third week of February available. Okay, so he's already looked into it. I love putting actual people to channels I watch. I was a little giddy, to be honest. It was awesome. Yeah, you kind of get that starstruck thing going, and it was really humbling to have people just come up to me and they were just so excited to see me, and they'd shake my hand, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know your name. Who are you? I feel really bad. And then they tell me their name, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember talking to you on Facebook. I've just never seen you face to face before. And then you feel even more bad because now you feel like you're insulting them, but they're just still so happy to see you, and it's a weird, good, bad feeling. It was neat, and hopefully I learn how to get over that, and I can be more fun to be around. Hi everyone, how's it going tonight? Trophy Shot Outdoors. Variety is the spice of life. You're all on spice eating all that hot sauce the other night. 100,000 anglers will have 50,000 different dates in mind. Best leave that to the pros. I agree. So we're going on about an hour here, guys. I think we pretty much covered everything I could think that we'd cover. I want to take a second to thank Steve Douglas while he's in here, and everybody that he has on his team that pulled this off. They did a great job. They did an amazing job with the resources that they had, with the the struggle to keep the costs down for the vendors as best they could, the struggle to make the experience the best they could for the people that were coming in to hang out and buy stuff. I think overall, out of 5 stars, it was a 5 stars. I mean, there's no doubt about it. They did amazing. There was a couple setbacks, and setbacks happen. You're going to have that every single year. We had a setback last year when I was setting up my booth. I thought I was in one spot, and I ended up being in another, so we made do. And then I didn't have a way to hang my banner, so we figured it out and we made it happen, and everything turned out okay. So setbacks aside, I think it turned out just fine, and everybody ended up having a wonderful time. Everybody got along great, and there's just nothing really bad to say about it. So, Steve, if you're still watching this, which I think you are, thank you so much for all you do. Thank you for listening to everybody when you have the opportunity to, and trying to dedicate yourself to paying attention to every single person as deeply as you can. And I couldn't imagine what it would be like on the scale that you do it, but even on the scale that I do it, it's very hard. So I don't know how you do it, man. I don't know how you get sleep. The man doesn't sleep at all. I don't know how he's ticking right now. He should be in bed. It's past his bedtime. Past my bedtime. Stephen Harvey did an awesome job. I think everybody there would agree overall at the end when it was over. The networking alone for vendors is an excellent opportunity, and as well as anglers who are there visiting, if they're looking to try to present themselves as pro staff or get sponsorship for tournaments. If you're a wholesaler or you're a retailer looking to get stuff on a wholesale deal and trying to find new products to put in your stores, it's not just going and buying the products that's there. It's going, I'm a shop owner and I'm seeing what's coming out this year and seeing what people are buying, so I know what I want to carry in my shop so it helps my business. Or I'm a manufacturer and I'm looking to see what other people are interested in, what they're carrying in their hands, so I know who to go talk to try to collaborate and maybe come up with some partnerships. So not only I benefit from it, but the person that I partner up with benefits from it too. So there's all those kinds of little things that make all the difference. And I think it turned out awesome. So aside from not being able to do the bank fishing meet and greet, I think that was really the only drawback. So let's say we go ahead and we do a giveaway. I said 50. We got 25 people watching. We've got 31 thumbs up. So that totals up to over 50, doesn't it? So what I'm going to give away is a brand new pack of the 4.0 Demon Dragons. I bought 2 packs while I was down there. Intended to use them for myself and for Whisker Sticks family. We were going to try them out and do some videos with them, but that's okay. I'll get more. We're going to give away a pack of brand new Demon Dragon 4.0s. If you haven't seen the 4.0 Demon Dragons and you weren't down there at the Catfish conference, these aren't your average Demon Dragon. They're not your average Zara Spook, whatever people want to call them. They're not a Dragon Shad. They're not whatever. These Demon Dragons light up. Okay? They light up when they contact water. The eyelet that's under the belly and the eyelet on the tail end, when they make contact with the water, they complete a circuit and they light up. So you're awesome, Tim. So glad to see you all and give you guys some baby snuggles. They're pretty neat. Yeah, they're pretty neat, man. Little bit of inside scoop here. I had this idea for a while, but apparently I wasn't the only one. It was over a year ago. I reached out to Scott Manning and I said, let me get one of those blanks of those Demon Dragons. I want to cut it in half and see if a Whisker Stick can fit inside it, so we can have a Whisker Sticks edition Demon Dragon that lights up, so the light can attract the bait when it comes in at night or in really, really deep water. And he said, yeah, sure, that's a pretty cool idea. Let's check it out. Well, lo and behold, the Whisker Stick didn't fit. And throughout those months, I started looking, and I came across the idea of what is essentially here now. And I contacted Scott Manning and Peter Drees again, and I said, Y'all take care. Catch me on Catfish Weekly tomorrow night. Steve, looking forward to it. Thanks for all you do, man. I'm humbled that you came in here to listen to us chat and check things out. So thanks for coming in. You have a wonderful night. Get some rest, buddy. You deserve it. So I contacted Scott Manning and Peter Dries again. If you guys don't know, Hooksetter is a major distributor for Demon Dragons. And this is before Tackle Bandit took ownership of it. I said, man, I got this cool idea. I seen this, and let's see if we can try to make it happen. And so I told it to Pete. Pete contacted Scott. Scott contacted me, and he's like, that's an awesome idea, man, but guess what? We're already in the midst of working on that. We thought about that a little while back. And I was like, man, missed my opportunity. And so I knew about it for a while. I kept my silence. I didn't want to spoil the fun. And it turns out that they look better than I even imagined. And it was way better than what I had in mind for the same idea. So good thing that they did it and not me. But they're awesome, man. They float, they rattle, and they light up. So now they're all kinds of goodies. So let's get on with this giveaway. If you haven't seen them, go check out tacklebandit.com. Go to demondragon.com. I'm sure it's on both. I know Tackle Bandit's got a video of them that's probably all over YouTube. Some people were checking them out. And even at the beginning of the Catfish conference, he had them veiled over a black curtain. He wasn't showing them to nobody yet. And then he just goes, whoo. So it was pretty neat. It was epic. Yeah, hurry up, I gotta go to bed or I'm going to be late for work tomorrow like Steve. Yes, giveaway. Okay. So, let's see, how do we want to do this? Do I just want to pick somebody or should we give a trivia? Feeling Drag, you came in just in time. Should we do a trivia or should I just randomly pick somebody? I want to make it as fair as I can. I have an idea. Well, no, that wouldn't be fair because some people didn't get to go to the conference. I was going to think of something that you would have known if you were at the conference. You would have seen it. Random. Okay, so I'm going to close my eyes and try to do what Nate Davis does. And we'll see what happens here. Leslie Vanderoo, you won. I was scrolling up and down, and when I looked over, it was Leslie Vanderoo. So Leslie wins a pack of Demon Dragons. Congratulations to Leslie. They're getting all kinds of goodies this weekend, huh? And once I get your contact information, I'll be more than happy to send it your way. Maybe we'll do some more giveaways in Catfish Weekly tomorrow. I was giveaway happy yesterday. When Catfish Weekly was on, we did they had some kind of auction thing going on, and they were trying to raise money for Fishing for Freedom. And I donated $50 into the super chat as a bid to kind of up the ante and raise the stakes, see who was really hardcore for trying to win these prizes. And then I donated an Abby Garcia record number 50 reel, spooled up a slime line, 3-pack of whisker sticks, my other pack of 4.0 Demon Dragons. So I was trying to make it big, and Lyle was walking around her and trying to grab stuff and say, okay, let's do this, let's throw this in here. We raised up quite a bit of money, so I think that's about gonna do it, guys. I appreciate everybody coming in here and hanging out and chatting with us. I think we got a lot of insight brought in. The Catfish Conference is fun overall. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you come from. There was a lot of new vendors there. There was a lot of new products there. And that's what this is all about, is growing the industry, giving you guys more options because you benefit from it more than anybody else. We don't benefit from it as nowhere near as much as you guys do. I mean, we get to get out and have a good time and show you some new products, make a little bit of money. But you guys get the receiving award from all the innovation that comes out, all the new stuff you get to choose from. There, I wasn't the only bite indicating light down there. There was rig wrap bite lights, there was lightning bugs, and I'm sure other people are selling some glow sticks. Whisker Seeker had their night sticks there. So you guys had tons of options to choose from. And we're not there to be the best. We're there to be maybe just a favorite. Wouldn't mind being the favorite. Thanks for all the cool stuff at CatCon 2019. Liked yours the best, Troy. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. And there's nothing wrong with liking one or another, guys. Just remember that. When you go out in your career fishing this year, don't judge somebody based on what they're using or how much it costs them. And don't judge them if it's not a product that you like. If it works for them, it works for them. If it works for you, it works for you. So enjoy using what you enjoy using. It's about that simple. I like using certain things. It might not work for you where you fish. So you use what you like, and everybody should be happy with doing that. So remember that when you go out there this year. And a group that is trying to represent that ideology this year that's formed up is the Reaper Crew. If you haven't heard of the Reaper Crew, I actually had them in our hotel room Saturday night and let them all formally introduce themselves with me and Lena live in our hotel room. So they all came out and introduced themselves. Go back and check that stream out. You can learn all about them and what they're all about and what they want to do this year. And there's a chance for you to join that membership and be a part of the Reaper Crew yourself. So here within the next couple weeks or so, we're actually going to have a page all about the Reaper Crew on our website. And you guys will be able to check them out on there too. So be looking for that. I've started on it. It's not published and live yet on the site, but it is coming. Make sure to check out the Catchits if you guys are interested in it. They are live too to order, so pick your color and they'll be in production and on their way to you soon. Check out the mega pack. We got the one of each, 10 colors, and the junior pack, one of the red, blue, green, white, and pinks for a special price. And we also got snapback hats live on the website too. So check out all that stuff. Thanks for watching. If you like what you're seeing from us, don't forget to subscribe. We appreciate it. And we hope you follow along with us on our other social media as well. Ready to hit the Maumee River for sure. Catchits are awesome. Thanks, guys. I think that's going to wrap it up. You all have a wonderful evening. I'm going to head back inside and relax a little bit before I go to bed. Got to get the kids up for school, and we got a busy day again tomorrow. So I'm heading out of here. You guys have a wonderful day.